Yeah, I figured I'll do another unhappy holiday video. I haven't done one in a while. Of course, I've skipped some holidays. A lot of it is due to COVID-19, but we'll get back to that next year. You know, given the date of this video. But haven't figured out what type of video title I'll give for this video, but all I will say is that people are hypocrites. In light of Juneteenth and Black Lives Matter, all these protests, and everybody saying they want reparations and ADOS, and you know, what have you. I mean, you still gonna go out and get some fireworks. Yeah, we've all made that mistake. You fighting for freedom, but you still celebrating somebody else's freedom. You see? So it's like you're really not helping the situation. If you're really trying to fight for freedom, why are you celebrating somebody else's freedom? And that day is July the 4th, based on 1776. But no, people don't have that insight like I do. And maybe if some people did, they just haven't made a video about it yet. So I figured I will. See, for me, I get fireworks too, but I don't pop them on July the 4th. Ever since I've, started to realize what this was all about, the only time you're going to catch yours truly getting fireworks is because I'm celebrating something very significant in my life. That's the only time you're going to see me popping with fireworks. And because I'm not going to celebrate something that has nothing to do with me. In this society, because I refuse to say this is a country, because this country is not based on equality. You know what I'm saying? This country is not even based on equity. You got to remember, some people are 3 to 4 to 5. They're pretty much like 3 to 4 to 5 generations ahead of other people. A lot of this stuff was started 500 years ago. Now, in essence, I would say what the United States, without really giving much of an accurate number, it's been around for a little bit over 350 years. So let's just say some people are about 3 generations ahead of some other people right now as we speak. So there definitely needs to be more equity here, you know what I'm saying? Not really even equality. I just say that just because, yes, we are not treated equally per se, but overall it's about equity. It's about, righting the wrongs. And so the way you start is the way you finish unless you make changes. And so what I've seen here with the United States, it hasn't made changes. You're still celebrating the 4th of July, but it's based on a lot of things that you did to start the United States. That has to change. That has to change. But, until then, there's going to be problems. And I'm going to tell you why. Because despite, one trying to say that this is your land and this is my land, just that quote alone has a lot of misnomers to it, and it has a lot of oxymorons to it. Because you only say that it's your land because of manifest destiny. It was never my land. It was never my land. If it's my land, why you got to give me ordinances? Why you got to have these laws and bylaws based on the fact that you stole this land? Why? So that tells me that this land is your land and this land would never be my land. In that context, of course, I'm only speaking in that context. Because the truth be, nobody really owns any land. It's just based on one's mind. And it's based on if one will do something about it, as far as saying, This land can't only be your land. And at one time, this land wasn't your land. And at one time, this land wasn't our land per se. This was just where we live, and we have the right to live here. That's what it comes down to. But when you try to push me off this land that I have a right to live in, that becomes a problem, especially when it make it seem like as if you have the right to live here and other people don't. And then on top of that, I'm hearing history now with people trying to mess that up by saying they were here already. And that's why you have every right to celebrate July the 4th. But I thought celebrating July the 4th was about you fighting for independence from the land you came from. See, that's why I don't understand. See, there's a lot of hypocrisy in that, you know, and just everybody's trying to change history and omit history. And I think from what I've gathered, why you think they no longer have social studies in high school, in middle school. I don't even think they have social studies in elementary school, but nevertheless, because a lot of parents have peeped that their children are being falsely informed. You know, you're trying to brainwash the children of what history is. And it's his story. Who history is it? It's his story, okay? Who's writing the history? Who is he that is writing his story? But we got to change that too. Instead of his story, it's our story. We need to make it our story. We need to get rid of his story unless it's for an individual. But that shouldn't represent the masses of us. It should be our story now. So I think that's what needs to change. And our story doesn't want to include July the 4th. We want to get rid of July the 4th. Signing out.